question for the future of your business is, can you solve the riddle of the exporter? In case you haven't heard the riddle, it goes like this. I'm a USPPI with a product that's an EAR 99, not on the CCL, and going to somewhere not X'd on the CCC and not to an SDN. Am I okay? Do I contact the DOC or the BIS? And do I need an HTS or an ECCN to file my EEI with the AES? Do I ship at FCA or CIP? And just to make sure I CMA, cover my ass, do I use an LC? You tell me. Hello, my name is Elise Erickson, and in the next few minutes, I'm going to share with you why you should and how you can solve the riddle of the exporter. For a lot of new companies, exporting is still a yes, no, or maybe question. But with over 7.5 billion people outside of the US and e-commerce, the possibilities are endless for increased market share and bottom line profit. The biggest reason to export is that it is the only thing that can recession-proof your business. If you will look at these statistics, way back from the 2008 worldwide recession, they found out that small businesses that were exporting still had a 37% increase in revenue, while those that were not had a 7% decline. Those are hard numbers to argue with. Why now, with all the tariffs and the craziness? But tariffs aren't new. They've been around since the beginning. In the Roman marketplace, they charged any foreigner a flat fee to come in to be able to sell their goods. They continued through the medieval times, through the industrial age, and obviously to the modern age. Countries are always trying to get the upper hand in trade. That will never change. Just don't let that scare you away from the huge opportunities ahead. Why us? Well, we have 4 reasons why we think you should choose us to help you get started in exporting. I am not a trainer by heart. My background is actually concrete manufacturing. And so I learned everything through processes. And that's what we've done with the riddle of the exporter. We have a continuum start to finish with 8 steps that cover everything: getting started, market research, market entry, legal, compliance, transportation, payments and finance, and the most important step of all, which is culture. Reason number 2, adult learning techniques. I know a lot of you all have been into export training sessions. Great information, but when you walked out of the room, you remembered not so much. Well, at the Riddle of the Exporter, we encompass all adult learning techniques. We pull out everything out of our creative pocketbook to make sure that when you leave the seminar, you not only know the information, you know how to utilize the information, find the information, and incorporate the information into an export plan. If you don't believe us, check out our testimonials galore. Reason number 3, we have a client. How can you export without a client? So this is our client, BettySue, Export Queen. She has 2 locations in Texas, Cactus, Texas, and Gun Barrel City, Texas. She could be from Boring, Oregon, Santa Claus, Indiana, Ponce, Puerto Rico, or Toadsuck, Arkansas. BettySue represents the absolute best of U.S. small business by using her resources to be successful and create a profit. Always remember, if BettySue can export, you can export. And how do we do it? Well, we play a game. Who wants to be an export millionaire? You will help BettySue export to her clients in 4 countries: Brazil, Canada, Germany, and Japan. You will help her create an export plan, and in helping her create an export plan, you'll be able to create your own export plan when the time comes. Reason number 4, we got lots of resources. Our favorite resource, of course, is our live training, and you can get that anywhere with Elise and BettySue, but we've moved that exact live training on demand online. You can either do this totally on your own, or you can possibly join with your local small business development center or your state trade agency. Last but not least is our workbook Export Success, Import Money. It teaches you how to export 8 steps, start to finish, why each step is important, what do you need to know, and where do you go to find the information. It has the most current resources and links to guide you through this process. The workbook is either used with the training or it's a standalone resource. Well, there you have it, folks. BettySue and I would love the opportunity to work with you to get started on your export journey. Give us a jingle at my email below. Always remember, in the words of BettySue, exporting works because somebody, somewhere, is always buying something.